Hello everyone. Today our learning intention is we are learning to think as we read to help us to understand a text. For us to be successful, we'll need to visualize by using the words in the text and our prior knowledge as we read the text. Why are we doing this? Well, good readers think about text in different ways. This helps them understand the text they read, and today we are using visualize to think about the text. As I read chapter 1 on Monday, I noticed that the author had written a lot of descriptions to help me, the reader, to create images in my mind as I read the text. So, using the words in the text and our prior knowledge to create images in the minds of the reader, this helps us to understand both the plot, which means what, and the characters, which is who, in the story. I'm going to visualize a scene from the story by using the words in the text and my prior knowledge. I'm going to draw my visualization so that you can see the pictures in my mind. I will read the text once, then go over it again and highlight the key words. This is how I'm going to get my information for my drawing. So, let's read the text the first time. So this time we're just reading to find out what it's about, and then we're going to read it again and highlight the key words that helped me to visualize something, to visualize what's happening in the story. Let's get started. Penda's father was an artist, so the house was filled with paintings and drawings. They were mainly of faces with large, beautiful eyes, and sometimes of shadowy buildings or a sudden burst of flowers. The paintings and drawings hung on the walls or were propped up on shelves and tables, which were also crowded with statues made of wood and metal, leaves and pebbles, and folded animal cutouts of different coloured bits of paper. At night, when it was very dark, it seemed to Penda that the whole house was filled with silent strangers. Okay, so now that I've read it for the first time, I'm now going to go back over and highlight the key words that helped me to visualize what happened in this paragraph. And then from what I highlight, I'm going to draw my picture, my visualization. So let's read. Penda's father was an artist, so the house was filled with paintings and drawings. So that definitely helped me. The house was filled with paintings and drawings. That's what I'm visualizing. I'm picturing a house and I'm walking into the lounge room and I can see that there's lots of paintings on the walls and drawings. They were mainly of faces with large, beautiful eyes and sometimes of shadowy buildings or a sudden burst of flowers. So now this is adding to my visualization. So when I've walked into the lounge room before, I've visualized that there are paintings, and now I'm visualizing some have faces with large, beautiful eyes. Sometimes there were paintings of shadowy buildings or a sudden burst of flowers. So that's going to help me to create a really detailed drawing of what I was visualizing. Let's move on. The paintings and drawings hung on the walls. That definitely helped me because I didn't know whereabouts they were. So I know that they were on the walls, or were propped up on shelves and tables. Okay, so they're also on shelves and tables, which were also crowded with statues made of wood and metal, leaves and pebbles, and folded animal cutouts of different coloured bits of paper. So once again, that's helped me too. So there was also crowded with statues made of wood and metal, leaves and pebbles, and folded animal cutouts of different coloured bits of paper. I think paper is pretty important too because it could have been a ceramic animal, but I know that it's made out of paper. At night, when it was very dark, it seemed to Penda that the whole house was filled with silent strangers. Okay, so now I'm up to the part where I'm going to draw my picture. Please excuse me because I am not the best drawer, but that's okay. I'm going to show you what I'm visualizing. So like I said before, from this, I'm visualizing the lounge room. So I'm going to start off by drawing 2 blank walls. Okay, so this is my lounge room that I've walked into, and the house was filled with paintings and drawings. So I'm picturing that there are paintings and drawings everywhere because it's filled with them. All right. And on the paintings, there were some paintings of beautiful large eyes. So let's have a look. I'm picturing the eyes to be blue and they're large. Oh. And then some of the other paintings had shadowy buildings on them. So these are my buildings. And there's going to be multiple with the same on them. Maybe this one has another beautiful face on it. This time she's going to, or he or she is going to have green eyes. Okay, and my last one, I need to add a sudden burst of flowers. So I'm going to draw on both of these, there's going to be flowers. The paintings and drawings hung on the wall. Oh, so that's something that I forgot to add. There was drawings too, so now I'm going to draw some more. Because I'm still referring to the word filled. It was filled with paintings and drawings. So I'm picturing that there is paintings and drawings absolutely everywhere. And we know that most artists get paid a lot of money for their drawings that look like this. So that's what I'm picturing. There we go. So that's what I'm picturing the lounge room to look like so far. And then there were some shelves and tables. So I'm picturing the table to be a circle table. I'm also visualizing that on the table there is also another painting. So that's one that's standing up. That one's going to have a drawing on it. Okay. And then there was also a shelf. So I'm going to draw the shelf down here. And it says that there was also paintings on the shelf. So I'm going to add some more here. And as well as there being paintings on the shelf, there was also statues. So I'm picturing that there's a little person statue. I'm also picturing that there might be a little vase on here. And in that vase, there might be some flowers. Because I'm thinking that that's where the leaves and the pebbles have come from. So there's going to be pebbles in the bottom here. And there's going to be leaves coming off from this plant. And then there was also some folded animal cutouts of different coloured bits of paper. So I'm going to draw here that there is a dog. It's a bit hard to draw. Oh, that's hard to see because I've had to draw it so small, but that is my dog. So this is what I visualized in my mind. I visualized walking into a lounge room that looks really, really filled with paintings and drawings. And on the paintings, there was beautiful faces with large eyes, and there was shadowy buildings with sudden burst of flowers. And then there was also shelves that were filled with paintings as well. And there was also a statue on there as well as leaves and pebbles. And there was also a table in the lounge room that had a painting on it. So from reading that one paragraph, this is what I visualized in my mind. So that is what I have drawn on paper. Now we are going to visualize a scene from the story by using the words in the text and our prior knowledge. So we're going to follow the exact same steps that I did with the first example. So we're going to read this first, and then we're going to go back and we're going to highlight the parts that helped us to visualize. Let's get started. Outside the house lived a little black dog named Billy Bob. A flock of red hens, led by Pertalock the chief hen, and a grey striped cat, Ricky, who never came down from his very comfortable spot on the roof except at dinner time. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and highlight the words that help me to visualize. So outside the house lived a little black dog. So that really helped me to visualize what the dog looks like. I know that he's little and I know that he's black. And his name is Billy Bob. A flock of red hens. Oh, that helped me too. Flock. I know that flock means that there's more than one. So there was a flock of red hens led by Pertalock, the chief hen. And a grey striped cat. That helped me because I know that it's a grey cat with stripes named Ricky, who never came down from his very comfortable spot on the roof except at dinner time. Now I want you to think of these questions. Can you see the little dog? Can you see the flock of chickens and the chief hen, the leader? Can you see the grey striped cat in his spot on the roof? Is he lying or is he sitting? I want you to start to think about, if you were to draw this picture, what would it look like? What can you see in your mind right now? I'm going to use my prior knowledge from when we read the book on Monday. And on the very first page, it spoke about the house was made of a honey-coloured stone with green shutters on the windows. So that's what I'm thinking that the house looks like. And then I'm picturing the little black dog to be sitting at the front doorstep. So if I was to draw a picture, I would make sure that the shutters were green and that the house was a honey colour. And then I'm thinking that the flock of red hens would be at the front of the house. So I would draw them in front of the house. And the grey striped cat, Ricky, I would think that he would be right near the chimney, because once again, I'm using my prior knowledge to remember the picture that was on page 1 of the house. There was a chimney. So I'm picturing him to be up near the chimney, laying in the sun, getting nice and warm. Now it's your turn to show me what you are visualizing when reading this sentence. I want you to now pause this video, and I want you to get your workbook out with your colored pencils and texters, and I want you to draw what you have visualized when I have read this sentence. When you have finished, then I want you to click play on this video again, because there is one more part to this task. Okay, now it's your turn. You are going to visualize a scene from the story by using the words in the text and your prior knowledge. You are going to draw your visualization so that I can see the pictures in your mind. So I want you to still follow the steps for what we've done for the other 2 passages from the book Brindabella and apply it to this one. So you're going to read the text once, then you're going to go back and you're going to highlight the words that helped you to visualize. I'm going to read it for you now to help you, and then I would like you to go back and highlight the keywords and then draw your picture. So in the corner of the hut was a fireplace. In the cold weather, Penda's father lit the fire with twigs until the logs began to smoke and glow. Billy Bob would lie down on the mat in front of the warm flames and close his eyes, falling at once into a deep sleep. Can you see the twigs in the fireplace? Can you see the larger logs beginning to smoke and glow? Can you see the little black dog sleeping by the warm flames of the fire? Okay, so now what I want you to do is you can reread that again by yourself if you like, but I want you to go back through and highlight the words that are helping you to visualize a scene. And then what you're going to do is you're going to draw it. I would like you to use your workbook to draw this picture. And preferably not seesaw, as I want you to be able to add more detail, and it's quite difficult for you to add detail when using your finger to draw. Once you have finished drawing your picture, I would like you to upload it to Seesaw and put it into your reading folder. Good luck, guys.